Now you might be curious what I mean by a brain disorder. We use the term instead of mental illness because we think it more accurately reflects the physical changes that happen in the structures of our brain with these disorders. Before I go any further, I want you to know that this is a really special moment for me. I began my journey with a brain disorder diagnosis less than a mile from here. And people in this audience have helped me through every stage of that disorder. So you want to hear something crazier than me? The global leading cause of disability can be treated successfully 80% of the time. And the really crazy part is I think that's kind of cool. I mean, of course, it's not cool that people are disabled, but if people were disabled from a deadly virus or uncurable cancer, well, there wouldn't be a whole lot that we in this audience could do for them. But that's not the case. The leading cause of disability is from a disease that's as treatable as diabetes or asthma. One more time. We can successfully treat the global leading cause of disability, the second leading cause of death for American youth, and the cause of 121 people who die each day. We can successfully treat that 8 times out of 10. I think that is pretty cool. We just need to bridge the gap between treatment and the people who need it the most. So that sounds pretty simple, right? Well, as it turns out, it's not. You see, in order to bridge that gap, we need for those individuals that need help the most to be able to open up and ask for it. And in order for us to have them open up and ask for it, we need for them to disclose a secret that's so powerful and so stigmatized that people will often die before showing it. And I know that from experience. We can't fix the problem by bridging the gap. We have to fill it. We have to fill it with other individuals who are living successfully, who are willing to be open as well. I want to talk to you about one story about the power of being open. I found that after these talks, I meet some astonishing people and I hear some amazing things, but one stands out in particular. I did a talk at a local high school, and afterwards, a young woman came up to me, crying, and she said, "I'm really glad you came here today." You see, she was going to turn 18 1 week from that day, and her plan, up until that point, was to take her own life on her birthday. It's amazing how powerful something as simple as showing that someone can feel this way and experience this and still come out on top can be. Being open saves lives. And it's also a really big factor in one of my favorite topics, which is hope. Now, I'm not talking about hope as a verb. That's mostly wishful thinking and denial. For example, is anybody in the audience willing to give me free Broncos season tickets? Worth a shot. The hope I'm talking about is hope as a noun. It's a real, tangible thing. It cuts through stigma and it helps people to live their lives. The hope that I'm talking about is defined as a plan to add value to someone's life with the ability to overcome seen obstacles and the support and the confidence to overcome the unseen. That's the kind of hope that is the reason I'm still alive today. So now that you've seen the power of being open, and hope is a real, tangible thing, it's time I tell you what we've been up to at Sigmund, and what our plan is to create a world where we can live openly with hope. It seemed pretty surreal when Alexandra, who in my opinion, humble, is the best CEO and most talented CEO in this room, came to me with the opportunity to inherit the title of co-founder for Sigmund, and to take the ability to retool Sigmund from a mood tracking device to the company that we are today. And we found that people really liked what we do. We knew that we were on a short runway, but we had products that people were excited about. We knew that people liked who we were. And it seemed that we came across the same old lesson that when it comes to people, products, and marketplace, The marketplace always wins. Except, that's not entirely true. The market may be product or people, but the movement that's evidenced by the people in this room, that movement can make the market. So we thought, what if we created a think tank for the support and solutions around brain health? What if we brought together the best of advocacy, of mentorship, of sponsorship, and of innovation? And we brought this together to create Open Labs. And what if we created Open Labs? Excuse me. But how could we do that? How could Alexandra and I create that innovative group? Well, what happens when we take 40 people on the bipolar spectrum and we put them together with a lot of experts from everything from neuroimaging to storytelling? What happens if we create an open summit with a design thinking workshop where these individuals can create the charter for Open Labs? And that's where we need your help today. If you're a company that wants to send a message saying, yes, I support my employees' brain health, and I want to build a community where they can be open, support the summit. If you're an individual who's been impacted with a brain disorder from a loved one, dedicate their name to the summit. And if you're an individual that's living on the bipolar spectrum successfully, we need your support the most. We need your big brains and your open hearts to set the foundation for Open Labs. I live openly with hope, and I can't tell you how free that feeling is. It's a feeling that I want for everyone in the audience and in this community that lives with a brain disorder. And now I'm asking for the support of this community, the community that's helped me to be in a position where I can live openly and with hope, to once again help with the other individuals who are also living with brain disorders. I know this community, I know how powerful it is, and I know that together there is nothing that can stop us from fixing this problem. I also know that there are far too few opportunities for a slow clap in this world. So if we could start, everybody in the audience who lives with a brain disorder, we're going to have you start off any kind of brain disorder, anxiety on the spectrum, you name it. Let's go ahead and start off with a slow clap. Nice. Anybody who's affected by someone that they love. And finally, give it up for Brad.